we're airborne on this last leg of the European segment of our around the world trip. We're at Antalya on the southern coast of Turkey, and we're heading off in the middle of the night, 2:30 in the morning to be precise. We're going to fly this leg over water, which is going to be kind of dull to watch. So we're going to fly it overnight via Cyprus and then hope to arrive about 6:30 local time. So we're about 4 hours en route, roughly speaking. Oh, there's the moon up there. That's kind of nice. And hopefully we're going to get some nice views of the sky as the sun comes up, but you'll appreciate there's not a lot to see at the moment. So we're en route and up to cruising altitude at the moment. We're making good progress ish, but we're kind of limited by the T5s. You know, the air temperature even up here at 8,500 feet is 10 degrees Celsius, so we're kind of limited airspeed to about 130 at the moment, although ground speed's 150. We've got a good tailwind. We're just going to tune in that Larnaca VOR. So we're inbound on the 309 radial, as someone corrected me on the previous flight. We're not on the 129 radial, on the 309. We've still got about 83 miles to go to Cyprus, and still all we can see is this moonlit ocean. I can actually see stars. There's no way you're going to see those on the video, but I'm just thinking we could probably save a bit of time by cutting that corner. You know, we're going to go to Larnaca at the moment on the flight plan, but you can see there's quite an acute dog leg there. Well, it's not an acute angle technically, but it's a sharp angle. If we flip straight to that leg now, I mean the reasoning behind that was just to stay over land as much as possible. Menu, okay, menu, activate, yes please. So the aircraft's gone into a right hand bank as it should do, and we're cutting that corner. Okay, so we're going to run off that chart pretty soon. The European map runs out here, and beyond this all we're going to have is the base map. This is the VFR Aero base map, so we're going to have that pretty much for, I think, much of the rest of the trip till we get back to North America. So that was one thing I was going to show you. The other thing is over Cyprus. I mean, I've just noticed looking at this chart, we're breaking a lot of rules here. It says warning over Cyprus, flying outside airways and the Nicosia control zone is prohibited over Cyprus and its territorial waters. So we'll probably get intercepted by military aircraft if we were doing this for real, but we're not doing this for real. Okay, well this is landfall, Africa ahead. We're approaching port side, 10 miles to go. We're not going to stop there, we're going to just fly on by and down the Suez Canal. It's another 100 miles or so, and hopefully we're going to get some daylight soon. Port side, don't get to see very much on the GPS, but we can see we're approaching the turning point. That'll take us down the canal basically to our destination, which for today is Kibrit. So the sun's coming up over the Suez Canal and we're finally over Africa. Weather looks good, not a cloud to be seen, and pretty barren, featureless landscape down there. obviously desert, essentially, although it looks somewhat green off to the right there. Well, green maybe. So we've got about 40 miles to run. We're going to land at Kibirit, HE34. Let's have a look what we can find out about that. So that's the canal off to the right there. It's kind of featureless, I've got to say. That should take us down. Alright, we'll come off auto and just take it from here. Not a very inspiring airfield, I've got to say. This is obviously as default as it comes. You know, a rectangle with two stripes on it. But we'll make do. Oh, there's a ship there. Okay, not paying attention. 1-4 right we'll go for. I've decided. We don't seem to have any terminal buildings or much of anything at all here, so we'll make that do as our arrival. So just as an experiment, I'm flying that last leg again, but this time in the RW Designs Twin Otter in X-plane, of course. And I'm doing this just to get a comparison of how it looks. I mean, that rendition of the Suez Canal in FSX was pretty poor. Now you'll recall we're flying FTX Global in FSX, which should give us some good ground textures, but of course that relies on the land class underlying the textures. And if the land class data is junk, then we're not going to get realistic looking ground textures. And I suspect that's what is happening, because we don't have a land class product for North Africa. At least we don't have that yet with FTX Global. This X-plane scenery looks very much more, well, I hesitate to say realistic. I mean, it's all, you know, it looks somewhat like I imagine it should look. You know, we've got pretty much desert with some cultivated and presumably irrigated areas. And again, just I've said this before, but the lighting, general lighting, and the sort of ambience in X-plane somehow is a little bit less cartoony than it is in FSX. You know, the net effect of this scenery is it's just way better and more interesting and real looking than the FSX scenery. And this is basically, well, I mean it is. It's definitively default X-plane 11 scenery. It's just a tragedy we can't get the Twin Otter extended into X-plane. Got some hills over there which look pretty good. Oh, that's nice. The sun coming off, reflection off the water there. welcome to Kibrit again.